Randy and I talked about this yesterday. Randy and I talked about this yesterday. He told me. Yep. Okay, it's a little after 2 o'clock. We have a quorum established here, but I'd like to welcome everyone to our first Education Policy Committee meeting for this year. I've got a couple of new members that are tied up in another committee meeting. Hopefully they'll make it in before today's over. We want to thank all the committee members here for serving on our education policy. Today, I want to thank Ms. Ashley Hooper for clerking. And at this time, we have 3 bills. The first one, clerk will call roll first.
Senator Butler, Senator Figures, Senator Gudger, Senator Hatcher, Senator Hovey, Senator Price, Senator Shellnut, Senator Smitherman, Senator Stutz, and Senator Chastain.
Here. Okay, clerk will call the first bill.
SB 46 by Orr.
Senator Orr, welcome.
That work?
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for putting these 3 bills on the agenda. I've requested, we received Governor Ivey's budget. It'll get filed here pretty soon, so I'll be pretty busy in the coming weeks and just appreciate your moving these along. This first bill, we do have an amendment that is very brief in case in case a commission member was out on official duty and they did something dumb, then they could still personally be liable for their reckless acts. And so that being said, let me tell you about this. Comes from the Council on State Government, CSG. I went to a conference sometime during the summer, and knowing our shortage of teachers that we have, and we're not the only ones in that regard, in that bucket, but across the country, they're experiencing teacher shortages. It seemed like a meritorious idea. So generally, the law is at the federal level, if you have 10 states that come together to form a compact, then you can agree upon the compact and establish a commission. If this bill were to pass, we would have a seat at the table to receive teachers without in a more rapid fashion, rather than having to go through all the initial barriers that you have. The compact would set what those requirements are, and they'd come on into Alabama. Eventually, we would have to bring them online with, say, letters training or numeracy acts, things like that. But the admission would be much more rapid to get them in here. I checked with a couple educators, and they said, this could very well help as long as we're leading the compensation battle. So I looked at, when I say battle, I mean the compensation that we're paying educators in our state. If you look at the 4 contiguous states, right now we are the top leader when it comes to just compensation. It can be difficult, but starting BABS, starting MAMS salaries, and then after even some time, we have made ground with our salaries on the average. So you could maybe, again, find some nuances in there. With our healthcare plan compared to the other four, we also exceed. Our pension is competitive. It's probably not the best, but it is competitive with the other four. So all that, I would think we might be able to, if another state, and Mississippi and Georgia are both looking to enter into the compact. If we are a member of the compact, then I would think, if we keep our eye on the ball as far as our compensation for educators, we should stand to gain under something like this. Open to any questions. Was asked about, can we get out? Yes, that's in there. You can get out. Just pass another bill and we can Geronimo on out and not be part of the compact anymore. If we see it is not serving our interest as a state. But low cost of living, I think with compensation, we stack up well, and you can see maybe in other states where educators are not respected and appreciated, we may stand to pick up somewhat in that regard.
Okay, if we can, let's, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, clerk, read the amendment.
Amendment to SB 46. Replace lines 452 through 453 on page 17 with the following. Suit and liability in their official capacity for any claim for damage to or loss of property or.
Okay, your motion on the, okay, Senator Sheldon, Senator Price. Okay, clerk, call the roll on the amendment.
Senator Butler. Senator Chastain.
Aye.
Senator Gudger. Senator Figures. Senator Hatcher. Senator Hovey. Senator Price. Senator Shelnutt. Senator Smitherman. And Senator Stutz.
Okay,
6 yeas.
okay. Motion is adopted. Back on the bill, Senator Orr. Favorable by Senator Shelnutt, second by Senator Stutz. Any objection to your previous roll? So moved. Bill is given a favorable report. Thanks, Senator Orr.
Thank you, Mr. Co-sponsor.
Yes, sir. Clerk, call the next bill.
SB 52 by Senator Orr.
Senator Orr.
Okay, this next bill is a constituent bill, as we know, and I've got the constituent from my area here. Is here on behalf of her daughter, who's in middle school, Jalen. And I understand Jalen had the opportunity to come here and join us today, but she had free PE this afternoon, so she opted for free PE instead of being here this afternoon with us. And
Good choice.
Joy ride up and down Montgomery. Excuse me, up and down 65 to be here with us today. So this bill deals with having an injectable medication. And several years ago, we talked about that when it came to diabetes and into effect. This bill very often, twice, but you never know.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
move favorable.
Move favorable by Senator Butler, second Senator Shelnut. Any objections to using the previous roll? So move. Bill's given a favorable report. Senator Orr, before we go to the next bill, I'd like to recognize Ms. Valerie Collins from Priceville. If you would, Ms. Collins, just briefly describe how this bill will impact you and your family and your daughter. Step to the mic. Okay. Well, thank you. We appreciate you traveling down today, and hopefully we'll get this legislation passed, and it will help your daughter and any others that might suffer from this. So thank you for being with us today. Clerk will call the next bill.
SB 56 by Senator Orr.
Senator Orr.
That's the reason for the cameras. Now, two amendments before you. One is saying this is an unfunded mandate. But the second amendment that we have will take away, and committee members should have that. The second amendment does this. It says if the school board has external sources of funding, now they fund it themselves if they want. If there's an external funding source, then they will take the money, they'll fully pay for it. It costs about $5,000 a classroom when fully installed. So it could be expensive for some larger systems. But for smaller systems or whomever, if the money is there, if the county commission wants to give to the county schools $100,000 and that covers all the classrooms, then the school board will install them in that case. Or if there's a private firm that wants to install, wants to write a check or do a fundraiser, a bunch of parents, like Ms. McFadden, want to do this, then the school board will simply cooperate with it. More or less, that's what it is.
Senator Pickers.
Senator Orr, thank you for bringing this bill. How much is in the budget this year for charter schools? Well, I'd like to bring an amendment when the bill gets to the floor that the money will be taken from that to put these cameras in the public schools first.
I will tell you this, as opposed to, if we put a grant pot in the budget to start this, so school systems can also apply for a grant. You got 10 classrooms, there's $50,000. Apply for a grant to complement their school.
But I think this is a subject matter that is the health, safety, and welfare of our children, particularly children who may not can help themselves. So that is the reason I can't vote for money going to charter schools or private schools, before adequately funding our public schools. So I'll be getting an amendment together for that. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment.
Okay. Senator Orr, you want to explain this amendment here? This is,
Fund.
unfunded, yeah, the funding is, if the funding is available, you just talked about that, I believe, yeah, okay, let's adopt make a motion, hear a motion, Senator Price, Senator Shelnut, any objection, well, we need a long roll. Senator Smitham, you have a question?
Well,
I
I can wait after you get through with the amendment.
Okay.
And then if I can be recognized.
You can be recognized.
Except, let me ask a quick question. I heard, I walked in, that's why I'm asking this quick question. It was about the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And what does this amendment do in relationship to what Senator just talked about? This Senator was talking about some money.
Senator Orr, you want to explain?
And can you tell me, I know that's some obvious reasons I know when I ask this question, but can you tell me, I'm trying to determine that are you talking about for safety or what's these cameras for? Yeah, what's this? Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. But I heard some distinction between charter schools and public schools. What's that?
That's when I came in, Senator, and said that since this is dealing with the health, safety, and welfare of our children, that it should be funded by the State Board of Education. It should be in the budget to fund all public schools with these cameras. And I just made the comment, that's why I can't fund charter schools or private school funding until we adequately fund all of our public schools. And this is a health, safety, and welfare issue, so.
But it's not trying to be done.
Charter school is not.
That's not the situation right now.
No.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. That's all.
Now they would have to maybe do a grant or something. They don't have the money. We're not.
Mr. Smith, did that answer your question?
It did.
Okay. All right, we need a long roll. We've had on the amendment. Call the roll.
Senator Butler?
Aye.
Senator Chastain?
Aye.
Senator Gudger? Senator Figures?
Aye.
Senator Hatcher? Senator Hovey? Senator Price? Senator Shelnut? Senator Smitherman?
Aye.
Senator Stutz?
Okay. All right. Amendment's adopted. Moving on. Is there another amendment, Senator Orr? Right. I think that, yeah.
That's the one we call a county commission amendment, I think. You can put it on in table if you need to.
Okay. Your motion?
I don't understand this a county commission amendment when this is the education committee. Could someone explain that to me? After Senator Orr said we've already not made it a mandate, what can you explain to me what we're doing?
Is this another entity, Senator Orr? Senator Orr, is this another entity, another party that could fund something like this? You said the county commission?
But we're not making them do it in the meal.
Right.
So what's the reason for the amendment, I guess that's what.
The figures,
Is it to make somebody feel good?
way back when the county had these put in, they just wanted to make sure that their amendment was mentioned every time their name came up. So,
Well, my amendment might say something different now. Okay, thank you.
Okay. With that being said, we're back on the bill. We'll table that. No, we did not adopt that amendment. Haven't we? Okay. Yeah, we'll just, if we need to bring that to the floor, we can, okay? All right, we're back on the bill. All right.
Mr. Chairman, I've got one question.
Questions, Mr. Stutz?
Senator Orr, I was not clear exactly how long the data would be stored. You said something about a continuous loop, and would it be recorded and preserved for how long? And then the data would no longer be there. Sure. Okay, thank you.
All right, we had a motion and a second. Any objection using the previous roll? Senator Smith on the long roll. Is he? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, Senator Orr, Senate Bill 56 is given a favorable report.
The chair mind listening to Ms. McFadden?
Yeah, Ms. McFadden's travel down as well, please, yes.
I'm here today to advocate on behalf of my son Tyler and all of the children across the state of Alabama who do not have a voice to advocate for themselves. Our family unfortunately knows the long-term effects of abuse on a child in the classroom. I believe cameras in the special education classroom is a solution to give our children a voice and to help protect them. As someone who is currently in school to become a special education teacher, I also feel like this serves as a layer of protection for the teachers as well. Courtrooms, banks, stores, schools, hallways, school buses, and police officers all have cameras for protection of themselves and the community. Please ensure our children have the same right to be protected and have a voice. I urge you to support Senate Bill 56. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. McFadden. Senator Figurs, you have a comment? Okay, that concludes our meeting today. We're adjourned.